going, everybody? Welcome back to another live edition of the Ad Podcast. We are here with Michelle Denogean, she's the Chief Marketing Officer of Mindtrip, which is an exciting new AI tool that helps you research, book, and secure your travel plans. So, Michelle, for those that aren't familiar with Mindtrip, tell us a little bit about who you guys are.
So Mindtrip is an AI-powered travel platform. We are both consumers but we are really tackling the entire trip. So the entire end-to-end travel journey for consumers, from discovery, inspiration discovery, to planning, to booking, everything to do with it. And so, in the States, we've been around 2.5 years. We do this, like I said, directly with Zoom. We have an iOS app. But we also embed the consumer side.
2019 is a tough year to do a travel deal. You made it out there.
Also, we're kind of new to the travel space also, and so we're constantly learning and evolving and very cool. But we do have that kind of like outside mentality.
Sometimes that's good to be outside the category, right?
Yeah.
Shake things up a little bit.
Yeah, but what's neat is that our team is new to the category. We're not new told. And so not everybody knows that. The team knows that year to stay 80 to 90% of works together. So
do they need to be like, are they systematized or are they more?
Awesome. Well, I think you talked about something that I think is important to the conversation around AI and travel, which is inspiration. I feel like there's quite a lot happening in the AI space around, once you know where you want to go, then you can start to identify, companies here to stay or alternate flights or the we'll find you the cheapest flight to Boston. I care about finding the best flight to travel. That's what I got. But the idea of inspiration here is so important because a lot of people don't just go.
So it's not just
Maybe
they have school, or maybe they have
places that
so what they do is they can generate
fake or all these things that way.
And they, and
more and more places are opening up.
Basically, what you can do is they
travel.
They do a
Like you have so much choice.
How do you
guys
if you want to book it, right now, it looks like it's quick. And it's like they don't have an OTA.
Right?
But for you, they just direct all that traffic back to you, right? And to be honest, like during deals we tried to do last year didn't work out. This is like probably like a $7 million.
But we also really was going to require
They've got
BD 40,000 guys by
yes. Well, like
so those are built by those that are in market, so like
actually, and we've done a lot of
social, we have travel advisors who are operating so all of these guys
do that is like have
inspiration. So
inspiration.
Inspiration for places to go. If there are any travel guides or any content visits around that place, just really access that acknowledgement of that place or that reputation. Right? So that shows
I mean, right now.
So on the inspiration side,
media deals where they
that's
pay
a big place where
or the city Lake or the city of Reno, and they say, "Chris, so good." They just give me a signature.
my own
They don't care about the
and then start adjustments to the For example, I give people
one way to it's kind of a slow moving lane they do. But then the third way
yes, take that in for a second.
I feel like when my daughter came vegetarian for a short period of time, I don't even know. Yeah, she's 12, so I don't know where she came up with this idea. I'm sure it was sort of
I think it's like
she was kind of a picky vegetarian too, but she's like, me and my wife had been full vegan. Why should we know how to separate protein and like
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, we're there. So when we go places, like if a curated travel guide has a restaurant that's like a steakhouse, and they have to find place that. And to be able to ask the bot for recommendation to a place something, it's very itinerary, something that's
I think the thing
or
is
it
like
also adds
they were like games like whether they were gonna try to build their own. It's like there's still a little bit of like you're on
all of this like trip detail that's very grateful to
taken out of
me.
Instagram. You kind of like go through that.
So that's really
So there was like a little bit of like looking, it's like still being
personalized.
Very specific that you're kind to take.
it's like a
Yeah.
So like
My trip solo here in Bingo is very different than like my teenage things.
but it's kind of riskless media, right? Because you buy it on media, and then it's able to generate tokens and everything about that.
Yeah. I love that. I love the idea that you're starting with human curation of trusted voices because, you know, at least you know that there's like a backbone, you know, someone, some expert just better done that. But then using AI is a way to customize the place the users in. You're right. Like, you know, I might like, you know, watch Yes Theory, but those guys are doing things a different way, and like as much as I like the content and I like to watch it for discovery, I wouldn't do exactly what this guys do to create, you know, show their easy trip. So being able to be like, hey, this is funny, like, so I'm going to Vanilla next on December 1st, and there's some time zone visit, flying to Philippines, and there's this, you know, teams thread of like, okay, you land here, and then we're going to dinner here, and then we're going to Sydney. And then we're all going swimming with a whale shark. And I was like, well, I see some really big surf. I went with surfing. And I skipped the whale shark snorkeling thing and go, you know, because everybody was surfing, right? So, like, and that's constantly pretty much, that's the story of, like, all my travels. I'm trying to figure out, like, you know, and then get that kind of.
Yeah. Well, there's key elements to that. So you just touched on something, collaboration. You know, somebody is traveling in the collaboration. Unless you're kind of working on it.
Listen, if you want to go that big, I think a company growing,
but it's definitely not.
So the ability to provide to figure out
it's like Premier's on it forever.
but we know that people like
And so there's some well, like, there's been very few things.
right, so it's the other thing is saying anywhere.
So like, I would say this year,
Earlier this year, where
they're reading Europe. They're probably, you know, my lunch is out.
you can actually just send that. Right, the next year, extracting existing videos on YouTube, TikTok, Instagram, any piece of content actually. The ability to extract all the language So you could take a YouTube video that's like 15, 20 minutes long and say, hey, tell me all the places you need to go here, and quickly get to a place where you're not writing it down or creating a spreadsheet.
Wow, that's really cool. So you might talk a little bit about
just like
your marketing officer and how you
they have a share version.
the tool of AI marketing.
You can come in and expand out and all
this idea of being
if you immediately have.
So, you got probably more money than any other category in the world right now. Finance and sponsored position. Or building habits or chatbots. Interact with us on a daily basis. Of course, right? It's just like I use one that everybody uses.
There's a lot of recurring revenue in terms of
for business purposes, but every once in a while, open it up and ask for some personal. I like to have it installed in my kids. I could dig it at all, and I'll like, all right, well, yeah, we can see you after, then I'll tell you you're wrong. But I think it's been easier to get people to think about different AIs or different tactics, and then as you're trying to drive consumer adoption, but also
I do think that is
the travel category, obviously being at a show
from like a pure
is kind of part of it. How do you kind of transport over a task and how do you market?
Yeah.
Get AI.
Yeah. Well, first maybe I'll address the how is the AI, and then I can back to we actually many audiences that
so they are the largest
promoting
economic
Mindtrip, but I think there is a difference point of like what you're doing in the large language models like chat. They're very horizontal, right? You gave examples of using it for a lot of
they're obviously
so they're going to answer yes.
We're the largest shareholder.
For restaurants near
Yeah,
hotels.
It's very bad.
It's true because every time stock goes up, they stop.
Expedient integration as well.
Yeah. So they're going to go broad. They're going to answer those probably questions, but they're also going to answer issues, fitness questions, health questions. I also have teenagers, so maybe I'm trying to scold them or at least understand them. I don't know. And so they have to be broad, right? They're not going to go.
Already kind of sold off
And if there's anything
but they've had
really
this is
broad
like their second or third
in the travel ecosystem
so
is
it
there
is like
is a lot of innovation that needs to happen behind the scenes to make travel work, right? So you can imagine things like would those types of players connect with loyalty and connected systems, payments, and all those things that make this special. So not just that, travel has a very specific purpose, visual, right? And so creating interfaces with every single vertical is probably completely.
Yeah, totally.
And so think about things like being able to create almost like a project.
Okay, well, I gotta run the next one, but
for yourself.
yeah, we should.
Being able to upload all of your travel info and save it there.
Maybe I'll send you guys.
These are interface type of user experience things that are yeah. So that's really how we think about the world. It's like, yes, I think it's and I use it right?
All right.
But when it comes to travel specifically, travel has to have that full interface to really engage. So that's how we think about the vertical versus horizontal AI. It's different. As far as the domain of audiences go, we have traders who are travel. We also have that always investment spaces. So that would be and the way that we really are positioning ourselves to all those different audiences is that it's all places. So, people I think look at it like, wow, you're doing all of these things and how are you getting the word about Mindtrip out? That all of these partnerships work hand in hand. So, our tourist board and destinations work partnerships.
Hotels and the tours,
Yep.
because they are ultimately the marketing agency for their.
Right. Most of their stakeholders are the hoteliers, right? So it all really works together. Our destinations are something that Mindtrip for consumer. Our creators are so traffic to us. So it's all a digital ecosystem in our mind. because we're not going to compete with the budgets and start to do stop there. So it's an interesting evolution of mindshare. I mean, not so it's a mindshare of like word of mouth and people understanding.
I've been walking people do that all day.
We run into people all day long that have used the product, put it in their prestige as an example. It's very heartwarming to hear how much the brand has been adopted by the industry generally. We'll just
Love it. You want to learn more?
Oh, good. Well, they can first of all go to Mindtrip.ai. That's our website, so you can learn all about us as well as our business product in there. And then if they want to connect with me, obviously LinkedIn and all the socials are great ways to do that. And we're very, open and receptive. So try to talk to as many folks as